Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Okay, all of you are warmly welcome. Today we are going to start our weekly program. Every day first we do some meditation within 20 minutes, and after that we have a class. We discuss about the Buddha's message, and we describe the way how we live with happiness. That is our main goal in this class. And Buddhism explains very special topic. I think I already have explained you it. We should have a very special quality that it says in Buddhism, in Buddha's word, it says sakko. Sakko means skill or the ability.
S-A-K-O?
S-K-I-L-L, skill or proficiency.
Got the other word, sakko.
Sakko.
How do you spell that one?
Yeah, sakko we spell that. In Buddha's word it says sakko. Sakko.
Oh, 2K.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sakko means skill. Very near to English. Sakko. Yeah. Skill and proficiency. 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 Yeah. In this society, you know, last day we explained the skillful person. What are the qualities that a skillful person should have according to this society, according to the USA society? We explained last week. What are the qualities that we should have as a skillful person?
Morality and concentration.
Very first, education. How we count our education in the society? Come. Okay. You can take a chair from there if you like.
For the table?
No, the table inside.
Okay, we are discussing about the skill. Buddhism says it sakko. Sakko means skill, skillfulness, or the ability, or proficiency. If a person is successful, Buddhism says that person has proficiency. First of all, we are discussing according to the USA society. What are the qualities that a person should have as a person who is skillful? You know?
Proficiency.
Yeah, proficiency. How we manage this, how we count the proficiency as a person. The first thing is education. Yeah, if your GPA is very high, then you are a smart person. You are a bright person, you are a gifted person. If you have very high average in your GPA. In Buddhism also it is described. Education is very important. That is the first thing according to this society. But there is another quality that this society considers.
Morality?
And before credit, yeah. That person should have good financial situation, financial Financially, that person should be successful financially too. If a person has very high credit, that means that person is successful in economically. Then Buddhism also describes that situation, but we should earn money in the right way. How we say it? Righteous or
righteous living.
Righteous living.
Being honest.
Westworthy or good worthy, righteous worthy. That is very important. Not only we should have these two qualities, that GPA and credit. According to current society in the USA, there are considered another 6 qualities. You know those qualities? Last week we were discussing last week. The first thing is respect. If you respect others, you also will be respected by others. Respect is one of those qualities that you should have. Not only your high average GPA. You should respect others. Then you also are respected by others. Next one is responsibility. You have to fulfill your responsibilities as a student, as a child, as a person, as a friend, as a worker in a workplace. You have to fulfill your responsibilities too. Then the second quality that the society consider about you, you are supposed to fulfill responsibilities too. That is the second one. What is the next one? Fairness. Yes, fairness. If you have this quality, you are respected. Fairness also important quality that you should have. What is the next one? Righteousness. That's also a quality. Next one is the good citizenship. You should have good citizenship as a successful person. What is the next one? Final one. Caring. Caring is one of those qualities. If you have these 6 qualities, what they are? Respect, responsibility, fairness, righteousness, good citizenship, and caring. If you have these 6 qualities, you are honored, you are respected in the society, and you can go forward in the education and your employment opportunities. That is very important. When you work in a place, when you associate with some people, they consider you're supposed to fulfill these qualities. If you have some sort of mistakes about these qualities, your life may not be successful. Then it is very difficult to go forward in the society as a person who is very rich. Those qualities are very important. Actually, we describe those things for the proficiency. In this society, if you have those qualities, you are considered as a skillful person. Now we are going to understand what the Buddha's message, what Buddhism says about you as a skillful person. Now we are going to describe the Buddha's message. Miss Palm. Yeah. For the success of this life, actually all things we do in our life in the name of happiness. We study, we work, we get married, we feed our children. We do all things in the name of happiness. If we have no happiness, all things that we do are useless. the main thing that we should have the happiness. That is very important. The reason that we do all things for the happiness. For the happiness, now we are going to understand what the Buddha's message. For the happiness, what should we do? Buddhism also has described some sort of qualities. The first thing is, for the success of this birth, especially when you live in a society as a successful person, according to Buddhism, you should have 4 qualities. Can you remember those qualities? Education, economy, health, and morality. These 4 qualities you should have as a skillful person according to Buddhism. You think that Buddhism is a very ancient religion. Before 2600 years ago, the Lord Buddha has explained those qualities. We should go forward with these 4 qualities. You can remember those qualities? First thing is education, economy, health, and morality. You should have good education, you should have good financial situation, and you should have good health. Not only physical health, but you should have mental health too. That is very important. We can see there are some persons who are healthy in physically, but they are not healthy in mentally. That is a big problem. Therefore, we have to consider not only physical health, but for the mental health too. That is very important. And also, we should have good life. We should have good character. We should have good discipline, morality, or virtue. If a person has these 4 qualities, what those qualities? Education, good economy, health, and morality, then you are honored. In the current society, in the USA has described 6 qualities. When they describe 6 qualities, Buddhism describes only 4 qualities. But finally, gradually, it is going to a few. The first step, you should have good education, good economic foundation, and health, and morality, and you should have good discipline in verbally and physically. Verbally and physically, you should have good discipline. If you have good discipline, you are honored. You are respected by the people. And then you have a lot of facilities to go forward in the society. You have a lot of opportunities to go forward economically and educationally. That is very important. You know, in this society we can see a lot of people who try to develop these qualities. And Buddhism doesn't stop describing these 4 qualities. We have to describe another 3 qualities. We have to overcome these 4 qualities. What are the other qualities that we should practice as a skillful person?
Generosity.
Yeah, offering something to others, practicing generosity. If you practice generosity, it means your mind is very quiet and calm. Your mind is very pure and calm. Because always you practice generosity. You are ready to offer something to others. That is a very good quality. If you are ready to offer something, it means you are rich in merits. It means you are rich in happiness. That is why we have to practice generosity. Practicing generosity is not only for your own children, not only for your family members, But you have to practice this quality outside of your house. That is more important. The second quality that we practice for the happiness, that morality. Again it says morality. But in this level, the morality is very high. In first level, a person practices the morality. He doesn't believe karmic force. He doesn't believe rebirth. The first step is very surface. Now it is going to some sort of deep. In this step, when a person practices generosity and morality, he has some sort of idea about the karmic law. You know karmic law? Karmic law means when we do something with pure mind, we will have the good results. If we do something with wicked mind, it means we will have the bad results because of polluted mind. If a person has this understanding, it means that person knows the karmic law. In this second step, a person tries to practice generosity. He knows, he has understood the nature of the karmic law. That is why he practices it. Not only believing hereafter, but also he would like to live with successfully, with happiness in this life. That is why he practices generosity. And also morality, that person has good discipline, it means that person has no problems. For example, you can consider when you see the society, a lot of people in the society, they have faced some problems because of their mischaracter, misbehavior. If we have good discipline, we have no problem. And sometimes, even though we are correct, some people disturb us, it doesn't matter. But later we can overcome that. They understand who we are. If we have good discipline, then we can win all difficulties which we face in our life because of our good character, correct character. That is very important. The next step is that the first thing is generosity. Second one is morality. Next one is final one, meditation. If you practice meditation again and again, if you can keep your mind in a pleasant object as meditation, for example, loving kind meditation, breathing meditation, if you can practice some sort of meditation again and again, it means you have the mindfulness. If you have mindfulness, it means you have happiness. If you have mindfulness, it means you have no mistakes. If you have mindfulness, it means you have no enemies. Then, if we can cultivate, if we can develop these qualities, which they are generosity, morality, and meditation, especially meditation. For example, you know the very special topic in meditation in Buddhism, the loving kind meditation. That is very, very important. What is the highest example, the result of practicing loving kindness?
To love everyone as your own son.
Yeah, very good, very good. As soon as you look at a person, if you can consider that person your only son, as soon as you see, not later. As soon as you look at a person, as soon as you meet a person, as soon as you hear a person, as soon as you see a person, if you can consider, if you can think that person as your only son, then you have no problems. Then you don't worry when they have mistakes. You are ready to forgive them. You are ready to avoid their mistake. This is the highest quality of practicing loving kind meditation. Try to practice it. Actually, at least if you can practice 5 minutes per day, gradually if you can develop it again and again, you can practice it, you can get the result. The result is visible. It is a visible result. Not only hereafter, but also in this short life you can see the results. Practice in loving kind meditation. That is very important. This is the second step, but not the final step according to Buddhism. Even though you can consider as soon as you look at a person as your only son, the problem doesn't finish. Still we have some sort of problem. Why? Although you consider other persons your only son or daughter, but when they face some problems, you worry. You are suffering. What is the reason? What is the reason?
Impermanence or
attachment, clinging, desire, craving, defilement. If you have big attachment, it means when other things change, you worry, you suffer because of impermanence.
Okay.
Because of impermanence. The reason is the impermanence. That is why we have to practice another step. Although you consider when you see a person as your only son, you can overcome, you can win some sort of problems in your life, but it is not finished. That is why we have to understand another thing. You know, there are many people are getting medicines in the hospital every day. You know, every day 200,000 persons are born in the world. Every day. Every day 200,000 persons are born in the world. Every day. Do you know how many persons die? Every day? Every day 100,000 persons die every day. Every day. Although 100,000 persons die every day, you suffer? Do you suffer? Are you suffering? No. You have no suffering. But if a person is one of your close friend or relative among those 100,000 people, then you worry, you suffer. But now we have no suffering because our friends, our parents, our relatives are not related to this amount. Therefore, we don't suffer. But one day, if our close friend or relative die among those people, then we cry, we suffer, we worry. What is the reason? Attachment. Attachment, craving, desire. That is the reason. How we overcome this suffering?
Practice impermanence or understand impermanence?
Yeah, understanding the impermanence. Understanding impermanence. If you like to overcome this situation, although you give up your children or relatives, the problem remains. Problem doesn't finish. That is why we don't have to give up our relatives or friends or parents. We have to do only thing. Practice in impermanence. What is the impermanence? What is the impermanence?
It's
What is the uncertain?
not change, I know that.
It rises and disappears.
Life.
What are you saying?
Reality.
What is the impermanence? What is the meaning of impermanence?
Everything subject to change or there's end.
Yeah, everything is subject to change. That is one of qualities of impermanence, but not real meaning of impermanence.
Everything is there and then one moment it's not there.
Arise and disappear.
Arise.
Yeah, changing. The people are changing. The things are changing. That is the nature of the world. But that is not the real meaning of impermanence. Understanding of changing is very easy to understand. Even scientists have understood. They have discovered the impermanence. When they divide the atom, they have understood very clearly changing, but not impermanence. But some people think that the people are changing, the things are changing, it is impermanence. But Buddhism doesn't say that is impermanence. That is changing, but not impermanence. Impermanence is a very deep topic in Buddhism that we should have understand as an intelligent person. That is a very important thing. The first level of understanding of change in or impermanence is if we can practice our body according to impermanence, that according to changing, now our body is some sort of, we are healthy, but gradually it is going to sickness, or it is subject to ill, it is subject to death. That is the nature of the body. That first level, very surface level, we reflect it, we investigate that situation. That is important. For example, when the Lord Buddha has explained that as soon as you look at a person, you should have an ability to understand that person's changing. As soon as you look at a very beautiful person, suddenly you should be skillful to understand that nature of the physical body. Suddenly, very fast you can practice the changing of that body. What is the nature of changing that body? Now this body is very beautiful, that person is very pretty, beautiful, handsome, but very fast that person goes to old age and he goes to near the death and he dies, his body suddenly, step by step, it is going to worse. And finally, it is going to like sand in the air. Suddenly, you should have an ability to understand that situation. Then if you can understand that situation, desire overcomes, desire disappears suddenly. Actually, that is very surface level. But understanding of that situation is not difficult. But there are another thing that we should understand to understand the impermanence. Not only look in impermanence outside, but you should have an ability to understand your inside. That is the very, very important thing. Now this is the way that we know whether you are skillful or not, that you have proficiency or not. This is the highest quality of skillfulness or proficiency in Buddhism. What is that? What is the thing? How we look at our inside. As soon as you look at a person, as soon as you hear something, as soon as you smell something, as soon as you taste something, as soon as you touch something, as soon as you remember something, you remind something, that experience arises at the moment, at this moment. Nothing comes from past to the present. Nothing goes to the future from the present. The experience arises at the moment. Suddenly, that experience suddenly disappears.
Can you repeat that? That nothing comes from the past? Nothing arises from the past?
Yeah, that is very important. I will describe this.
And, okay.
Yeah, that is the topic that we are going to describe today.
Thank you.
Yeah. There are 3 times that we face in our day-to-day life. The past, present, and future. The 3 times that we have to face in our day-to-day life. We have some sort of experience about our previous experience. For example, as soon as you look at a person, when you came here, you understood that this person as your previous teacher. It is correct. It is not wrong. It is correct. But we say that nothing comes from previous experience to the present. It means our mind has only this moment experience. We have memory. Memory is another thing. Memory means mind and my mental evolution. Every moment it arises and disappears, but we have some sort of previous experience. But experience also is impermanent. For example, I can take some example for you. For example, when you go to mirror, in the morning you went to the mirror and you see the same picture. You never can see your own body in your eye without mirror. You have seen your body, you have seen your appearance in the mirror. In the mirror or on the mirror? In the mirror or on the mirror? In the mirror. Yeah. Then you went to the mirror in the morning. You saw your own picture in the morning. But again, in the evening, you went back to the mirror. Did you see the same picture? No, you didn't see the same picture. But there is some sort of identity. You can see some sort of same thing, but not completely same thing. When you go to the mirror, when your body is in front of mirror, then light comes, then your eye is there. When all them are together, then you can see a picture. As soon as you go away, nothing is in the mirror. But again, when you come to mirror, you can see the same picture. Our experience also like that. But we have no real idea because of ignorance. We are intelligent in front of mirror, but we are not intelligent in other experience. For example, your vehicle may be on the way near the temple. When you stop your vehicle, after you came here, you will go back there. When you go back to the vehicle, you think that this is the vehicle that I stopped. According to conventional truth, it is true. But when we go to ultimate truth, it is not correct. It is the like that we are going to the mirror. You know, a cat or dog goes to the mirror, they think that there is a person in the mirror. When they go away, they think that still that person is in the mirror. That is why they come back and they bark to the mirror. They think that still that person in the mirror. We are also like that. We are not mad in the mirror, but we are mad in every other places. Our experience also like that. We have only this moment. But we have something as remains. We have some sort of memory. Memory is not bad. Memory is not the fault. The fault that we think that if we got some experience as our previous experience, we think that still those things are happening. That is the misconception. If we have that idea, we think that my mom is there, my class is there, my friend is there, again and again we think. When we think that thing, that comes to our mind. It depends on our thinking way at the moment. If a person can understand this reality, gradually he is going to overcome the remains. It means you should not forget those things. As soon as you remember those your previous experience, you are able to understand, now I think my memory, my mind. When you think your mom, when you think your brother, actually they don't know that you are thinking about them. You reflect your own mind at the moment. Our other experience also like that. We have only this moment. When we think our physical body, we can get that experience. If we think our vehicle, then we are the owner of a vehicle. If you think your teacher or your school, you are a student. If you think your mom or dad, you are a son or daughter. You have only one experience at once. You can think all things at once, at the same time. You have only one experience at once. Whether you think or whether you see or whether you smell or whether you hear or only one thing experience that you have only one time. Then what is the life? What is the life? What is the life if that present moment only one experience?
But it's so quick.
It is very so quick. But if you see something, if you hear something, that only one experience that you have, then another way Buddhism says, if you have some experience through your eye or ear or nose or tongue or physical body or through these senses, if you have some sort of experience, it means the five things arise together. That is the topic, today's topic, five aggregates. Understanding of five aggregates is the very, very important thing. We see that you are a skillful person as understanding of these five aggregates. If you have an ability to understand these five aggregates, according to Buddhism, you are a smart person. You are a bright person. You are a gifted person. You are a skillful person. You are an intelligent person. You are a wise person. Even though you have several master degrees, even though you have several doctorates, Buddhism never says that you are a skillful person. What is the reason? Although you have a lot of degrees, you don't have overcome the suffering. Even though you are only king in the world as an empire, you are not a skillful person. The reason that you didn't overcome the suffering. If a person would like to overcome the suffering, if a person would like to live with real happiness, that person should have to understand what is the nature of the five aggregates. Five aggregates means that if you look at something, it means these five things arise together. What they are? What are they five?
Matter. Matter.
Very shortly we can say that matter and feeling, perception and mental formation and consciousness. It says as group. Group means there are many things are together. That is why it is said as group. For example, according to Buddhism, rupa or matter means not only our physical body. There are some other qualities as matter. As we have this ability, we can bind our hands or legs. This is also nature of form or matter. Not only this physical body, but we have another some qualities. Our body is very soft. We can jump up. We can run. That is the nature of the matter. All things are included to matter or formation or corporeality. If you hear something, it means this matter and this I also matter. Both of them are matter. And the ability of seeing, it belongs to our mind. You know, this I is not the real I. This I is not the real I. If this is the real I, after we die also, we should have to see. This I is visible after we die too. But according to Buddhism, this I is not only our real I. This physical I helps to see us, but the ability of seeing is the another thing. Using this physical eye, according to our mind, we can see something. That is why, you know, now we can see this physical thing. But if there is another person, like a god or ghost, they can see this thing another way. Now we can go through this wall, but ghost or divine person can go through this wall. That is why his eye and our eye is different. Now your eye is very rich in merits. That is why you can see this pleasant environment. If your karmic force changes, these all things are changed. That is a very deep understanding topic in Buddhism. That is very important. But it is a deep topic. But here I am describing what is the nature of the five aggregates. Five aggregates means when we look at something, when we hear something, those are related to form or matter, the first thing. And feeling means, second one is feeling. Feeling means as soon as you look at something or hear something, smell something, you have some sort of feelings. as good or bad. Feeling relates to your mind. And next one is perception. Perception means you have some sort of understanding about that thing. When you look at this one, you think this is a table. And that is the primary understanding describes the third one. Fourth one is the mental formation. Mental formation means when we look at something according to your karmic force, you should have some sort of idea. But it differs from person to person. How we know it? For example, when a person is coming now, we may guess that that person is your son. He is laughing, he is coming here. Then you are happy. Then we are not happy. You are happy, we are not happy. According to mental formation, happiness or worry differ. It's not same for every person. And third one is consciousness. Consciousness means our mind. According to those all things are together. Actually, those five things cannot be divided. Those five things are together. For our understanding, to understand about the world, the Lord Buddha has divided these five things separately. But in physical world, real world, you can never see these five things separately. Those five things always those are together. If you look at something, you may think that I can see only physical thing. But if you have some sort of idea about this physical thing, you may have not only the physical thing, but also your mind also here, your feelings also here, your mental formation, your perception, all things are here. That is the result of your experience. If you hear something, not only sound, but you have other four things: feeling, perception, mental formation, and mind or consciousness. Separately, one thing never arises. If we have some sort of experience through our eye, through our ear, through our nose, through our tongue, through our physical body, through our mind, it means these five things arise together. Not only arising, but it disappears too. At the moment it disappears. Every moment, this is the nature of our experience. But because of ignorance, we think still they are happening, still they are in the same place. But we have experience according to we think about those things. You have only one experience at once. That is our life. If you can succeed at the moment, your whole life is successful. You have no suffering. You don't give up your children. You don't avoid your parents. You don't give up your house. Living at home with your children, you can overcome the suffering if you can understand this reality. You fulfill your responsibilities very well than you did before. You never forget your responsibilities and duties. You fulfill all those things. Never you forget your workplace. You are going to your workplace every day. But you can do all things without suffering. Because you know that I have only this experience. If I think my previous experience as still it is happening, that is the suffering. Then now I think I memorize my own mind. When I think those experiences at the moment it arises, experience arises at the moment. But it also disappears suddenly. If we have this experience permanently, continuously, no space, continuously, we have the happiness. We have overcome the suffering. For that, first of all, we should have this knowledge. The second step, we have to reflect again and again this knowledge, apply it to our day-to-day life. And also we try to meditate, we try to cultivate our mind according to as a meditation. Practicing loving kindness or breathing meditation again and again. Try to keep your mind in a particular object again and again. Then your mind is very calm. With the concentrated mind, you have to reflect this world reality again and again. Then at the first level, as soon as you look at a person, you can think your own son or daughter or your mother, your sister or your brother, you can consider. And also second step, you overcome. As soon as you look at something, you know that this experience arises together and suddenly disappears. When I hear something, it arises at the moment, suddenly disappears. When I taste something, that experience also arises at the moment, it disappears. Every moment we know the impermanence. We know the changing. Not only external changing, but also mental impermanence we have understood. This is the understanding of 5 aggregates. Understanding of 5 aggregates is the only way to overcome the suffering. Understanding of 5 aggregates is the only way to get rid of suffering. Then if you have this experience, you never forget your parents. You never forget your responsibilities. You fulfill your own duties very well than you did before. Now you are a successful person. Then Buddhism says that you have skills. Then Buddhism says that you have proficiency. Then Buddhism says that you are a smart person. You are a gifted person. You are a bright person. You are a wise person, intelligent person. Buddhism says very important thing that we can understand, then we get the result of our life. You are so lucky if a person can understand this world reality. When you come to this situation, this position, you have fulfilled this very surface level duties, education, economy and morality, wealth, health, you have completed. And also you are ready to practice generosity and you have good moral life, virtue, you have good discipline and you meditate every time, not only sit in meditation, but we can practice it in 4 postures. Sitting, standing, walking, lying. In 4 postures we can practice meditation. Not only practice in concentration, but now you have an ability to understand as insight meditation. As soon as you look at something, hear something, you know that situation. If you have remained something as it is happening still, it means you are suffer. If you have overcome the suffer, you have real mindfulness. You are living consciously. Every time you live with mindfulness. If you forget your mindfulness, it means you have gone You have gone wrong side. You have to practice again and again. It is difficult. At the very beginning, it is difficult. We have to use our all energy to practice this one. It is not easy. We are also still practicing. At sometimes our mind also goes to desire. That's the nature. We are also at sometimes angry. That's the nature of our mind. But again and again, we try to practice it. If we can practice it, we are the wise person in the world. That is very important. Have any problem, you can ask.
What are the 4 postures you said? Sitting,
Sitting, standing, walking, lying.
Standing, walking, lying down.
Yeah, lying down. We can practice meditation in 4 postures, not only sitting.
Yeah.
But at the very beginning, we practice meditation sitting. We practice it again and again as sitting meditation. We can practice it when we walk too. When we drive too, we can practice it. For example, when you drive on freeway, if you can consider, if you can reflect this loving kind meditation, as soon as you look at a person, now you think as that person as your only son. You may be ready to give a chance to that person come to your lane. When one person are merged into the freeway, you are ready to brake and give a chance to that person to come that way. And everywhere, not only one way, but everywhere, we can practice this. If you can practice this reality everywhere, it means you are with mindfulness everywhere. It means you are happy everywhere. You have no disturbance with the people. You have no desire, you have no anger with the people because of your intelligence, because of your wisdom. This means Buddhism wisdom. Understanding of these 5 aggregates, Buddhism says that as wisdom. Wisdom is our real wealth. This is the wealth. Our real wealth. Who is the mindfulness? Mindful is our best friend. Don't forget your best friend. Your best friend is mindfulness. Wisdom is your wealth. If always you are with your best friend, which is mindfulness, always you are a successful person. It means you have overcome the suffering. You are living with happiness always. That is the final goal. For that, we have to practice this again and again. As our courage, we can overcome the suffering and we can reach the real happiness. Have any problem? You can ask. How is our newcomer?
Good. Comfortable.
Okay. Your name, please?
Sarah.
Sarah. Yeah, Sarah. Okay, nice to meet you. Full day, 4-day program on Monday. Yeah, once.
Was there Moon Day celebration here the other day?
Yeah.
For the lunar eclipse?
Yeah.
And then I came over to walk over and I met him. And he told me about the class, so I tried to come, but I had a lot of situations and things come up that didn't work.
In this moment, all of you are gathered here faithfully, and first of all you meditated, and also now you participate for the Dhamma discussion. And according to Buddhism, listening the doctrines of the Buddha is a great merit. Now our mind is rich in merits. That is why we can transfer these merits to our departed ones too. That is why, end of all merits, we transfer these merits to our beloved relatives too. Recite in a very special stanza, we transfer these merits to our beloved relatives. Now, you can remember your departed, close, beloved relatives and reminding those relatives, let's we transfer those all merits that we accumulated at the moment, doing meditation, listening Dhamma and describing and discussing Dhamma. We did a lot of meritorious deeds. Now we transfer all merits to our beloved relatives and let's we recite the stanza. Idamme ñātenang hotu sukhita hontu ñātayo. Idamme ñātenang hotu sukhita hontu ñātayo. Idamme ñātenang hotu sukhita hontu ñātayo. Let's we transfer these merits to divine angel persons too. May they receive these merits and receiving these merits, may they keep their eye on you too, and may they protect you for a long time with giving the happiness. With that intention, let's we transfer these merits to divine angel persons too. Ettavata amhehi sambhatang punya sampadang Sabbe devanumodanto sabba sampatti siddhya. Ettavata amhehi sambhatang punya Sabbe devanumodanto sabba sampatti siddhya. Ettavata amhehi sambhatang punya Sabbe deva anumodanto sabba sampatti siddhya. Okay, I wish you all the best. May Tripajan bless you. Thank you for your coming. Okay, okay, thank you. You are welcome. Okay, you are welcome.
My apologies for being tardy.
Okay.